So yeah, let's assume you are quite new to game, or you have been playing some time and you haven't had time to think what's the best way to tackle these things, or you haven't considered these things at all. So let's start. This is your basic UI. You start with this. We open up and you probably have everything seeing like this. There's a lot of information. You never, at the beginning, you don't need to see corporation hangars or ship hangars like that. If you click the ship hangar, there you should be seeing all your ships. I actually don't like this new UI, so we can revert back to something that's more, at least to my liking. You might like the new ones that guide you what the ship does, but I just want to see the ships, so I use this. Ship fitting window. When you start, you probably have it like this. You should activate all of these, and if you're just trying to find your current hull, press this. There's your ship and the fitting window. Probably at the start you should use like whatever your corporation or alliance points you out that you should be using, probably frigates or destroyers or cruisers, whatever fleet they are using. You can have fun with skins. You can buy these from market, or there's perplexing. Anyway, let's not dive into that. This fitting window, usually people have this open and it's confusing because they are like, how the fuck do I fit my ship? So it's basically like this, and then you press hardware. And yeah, I usually, when I'm searching for modules, I just, if I send for, let's say, something down here, I just click only the low slot and let's say damage control. And yeah, at the beginning you are maybe not fitting your ship yourself, but at some point when you get better, you might look into this, how to do it. And when you have like guns, let's say I have autocannon like this, and I'm looking for bullets for that. I just press charges and around here. And by the way, you should never use regular ammo, use faction ammo. It's cheap compared to what you get. And yeah, it happens like that. And you can track your ammo. I press shift and left mouse click and drag it to my cargo hold, and it asks how many bullets do I put. 10k is enough. It's just an example. And when you're satisfied with your fit, just save it. And yeah, that's it. Now you can look for it here with the name you gave it, or with the ship type. Either works. Yep. Let's put that a little closer. Now, maybe you can hear me better. Okay, before you undock, when you are flying in NULLSEC space, which most of people who watch this video are flying, you could fix a couple things so you don't get killed or you don't get annoying messages. First, go to your wallet. Yeah, this is not a scam, and be aware, everything in EVE is out to get ya. Be careful who you trust. We go to automatic pay, activate jump gate, and just put like a small amount, like 50k. So every time you use jump gate, it doesn't ask you what would you like to pay for the jump gate. So if you're flying in the fleets, you don't get dragged behind because you didn't see the pop-up message in time. And yeah, before we fly in a NULLSEC or any area in EVE Online, you should be careful what's around you. And this is your default window setting. You should always be aware of your surroundings. So drag your local chat out from the other chats that you're using. And you don't actually need to see the messages in local, they're usually just trolls anyway. If you like to see what people are typing, you can leave it like that. And I usually select show compact member list, like this. So you see who's in the system with you. This is so important to be aware of your surroundings. And as you can see, there's screens, so it's all friendlies around here. So now I'm ready to undock. And undocking. So now that we have undocked, this is your default window, how everything looks. I don't think you get enough information using this basic overview that we have here. So let's fix that. There's a bunch of downloadable overview settings and stuff like that, but I think you get better in EVE when you understand stuff and not just follow blindly to other people's orders. So let's get you to basics. First off, this is quite a lot of information. I don't care about size of things, I care about velocity. And yeah, icon is nice and stuff like that, but let's first go to overview settings. It's again these three dots over here. And we go appearances. And from here, it's really important that people with no standing, you toggle blink. Right click on it and toggle blink. So when you get someone that has no standing with you and he comes to your local, he blinks. So if there's something blinking around in the local chat here, you know there's an enemy that's trying to get you. Also, I put people that are terrible standing, bad standing, and yeah, that's about it. If you are flying NULLSEC, might look into those suspects and stuff like that, but yeah, I just care about people that are not neutral standing or terrible standing with me and bad standing. And yeah, I can actually share with you my overview settings once. If you're interested, hit me up in game and I just share my own. Is there something I should be telling you more? Maybe. I don't care about size, as I said. I don't care about angular velocity. I just care about velocity. And yeah, you should have all at some point here that you can look for people from this tab and mining and targets. I usually have a tab that's called gates, but I don't actually use it anymore, and I say you maybe shouldn't too, because if there's a bunch of stuff around you in the space, instead of you scrolling around like trying to find where the fuck is BX gate from this list, you just right click on the space, there's targets. So if your FC in a fleet says jump to BX gate, you just right click on the space. Oh, there's 3 gates around here, so it's easier to find than going up to this list. Yep, we are still not done to set up your UI. I like to put everything nice and neat over here. And then we need locations. You press L on your keyboard. L like loser. And you get this open in window. That's locations in this system that I use. I don't actually want to show it to you guys, but just you should make bookmarks. That's how you navigate around the system. And places where you hang a lot, you should have bookmarks above the gates or on the side or whatever, where you can warp before you warp to the gate. So you can have eyes on the gate if necessary. Let's not dive into that more. So we have locations, we have our local, then we have chat that I'm not showing you for the reasons, but you can have a chat here. And we're still missing something, so how do we see around ourselves is directional scanner. You get it from here, scanners, probe scanner, and you take this directional scanner out from here. And you put it, I just by the way press that one button over there, and you put it right around. I'll put it here. I have a small screen, you might have bigger screen or multiple screens. And from here you want to select filters, and I usually use 4 targets. That filters all the crap out. Can you watch it now?
Yes.
Okay, so how do you, when you find from internet a nice feed that you want to fly, how do you import it in the EVE Online? As I tried to find Tengu feed for my marketing guy, I don't see anything. So I go to internet where I hear there's fantastic feeds, and I go for slippery feed Tengu. And let's go find it. One good place to find fits is setKillPort, and I can show that later, but let's first get the slippery Pete. Control C, Control B, you know. Control A to select all, Control C, copy it, and import from clipboard. That's how easy it is. And there's usually some lame name. I usually keep the lame name, but add year so I remember if it was 2 years ago when I see the fit, it probably isn't that good as if I found a fit from this year, for example. And you can simulate the fit by clicking it and see what skills you are missing and da 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 da. And yeah, usually people stalk other people's fits and what they're flying. You should always check your opponent before you engage. For example, you can find some awesome guys in setKillPort, and you go to their ship here, and then there is EVE Workbench over here. I wish my internet wasn't so bad. And you go EFT. Again, Control A, Control C, go to game, import. Yeah, that's how you do it.
Okay.
So if you need stuff around in the space, you shouldn't never haul yourself unless you really know what you're doing and you have eyes for yourself. So we have haulers in our corporation. It's Ranty, our leader, is hauling for us. So you can see all your assets around in the game, and I usually arrange them by number of items. You can also use the search option, which I use a lot. You can type here ships or ship. And let's go to F9. There's a list of your ships that you have in F9. Are you following? You can, whatever ship you need here, if they are just packed and not fitted, like it means that this is ready to fly, this AFK Stabber, because it has name and there's no number over here.
Okay.
So if you have repacked ship and modules, you just right-click it, create contract, and there's option courier, or however you pronounce it, courier. And then you type here name, Rantegrio, and next. He's gonna be really confused when I pull this through. And then it asks where to ship this shit. You just drag the station name over here to here, and you can put reward. Randy will hold it for you for free.
Okay.
And he doesn't like you to put collateral, but whenever you're using someone else than our corporation, and specifically Randy or Chloe, you should always put collateral. It means the estimated amount, like if your shit get lost, they have to pay you that amount.
Okay.
So always put at least the estimated amount, and it might be really off if you have expensive modules there. And usually duration is 1 week, or how generous you are, and days to complete like 2 weeks. If you're using specific, there's holding services that can hold you stuff for you from Cheetah to F9, for example. They have specific rules that what these numbers need to be. And usually you have to put like, I don't remember the English name, postal code, like the package code that you get from their webpage.
Okay.
I actually put that contract to Rante. But yeah, that's how you do it. And you can find your contracts up left here. Finance, contracts, and my contracts, and there is one active outstanding over here.
Okay. Sure.
So basically, I'm gonna give you Ishtar that is fully fitted. You could contract it to Ranty, but it's faster just if we get it here, because it's pointless to hold one ship here, as you can fly it yourself. Okay. But if you need like 10 ships with modules here, then you should maybe buy it from someone around here, or hold it by Ranty.
Okay.
So, this is the tether range around the station over here. When you are tethered, you are safe.
Yes.
When you have been in combat, you get a combat timer that's visible over left upper corner here. So, never ever after combat jump straight to station, because you don't get tethered automatically. You get tethered when you don't have the combat timer on. And how do you get locations? You can bookmark stuff pressing Control banana, Control B, and you can create penis label. I put duration 3 hours. Now we have this exact location where I am at the moment labeled as penis label. I just remove it. So that's how you make bookmarks. And usually you should have bookmarks always visible somewhere. How do you like it?
So you can basically jump straight to bookmark.
Yeah, and I'm gonna share you my bookmark.
There's a trick if you're in space and you can't see your bookmarks. If you press L when you're in space, it brings up locations, tab locations on it, and that should have a list of all the bookmarks in the particular system you're in.
Yeah, and press here open window, and it opens this separate window over here. I have it always open here, so it's bookmarks on that specific system. So I have it always open. I have directional scanner overview, and yeah, fleet chat and local chat. Fleet chat is actually something I read, and I don't need to read local because there's nothing intelligent out there ever. But yeah, how to make a safe location. Let's pick up location. Let's jump to, for example, sun. And if I press immediately create a bookmark, that actually landed somewhere around the station. But now if I press save, before I land where I want to land, there's a save bookmark now.
Okay.
That's not in the grid with me. Grid means this like space area around here. People cannot fly to my safe location. Like middle of warp, you hit Control P and press enter. You should name your stuff so you actually know what you have in bookmarks. And yeah, you can use other people's bookmarks. You can use Slyce bookmark folder, and you can use my personal bookmark folder. And I'm gonna share it with you if I remember how. Locations, corporation. Let's see where you are. There. Start conversation. Shared locations. NULLSEC. Press the button. Press that button when you have the conversation chat open. It should ask some question and just press yes.
Okay.
And there's your Alliance bookmark folder. You should have those always available. Both. In NULLSEC, I have tried to use English while I do bookmarks, but there might be occasional penis bookmark because I forgot to change the name. Because when you're in a fight, you just create a bookmark and worry about the label later when you have time and you forgot them. So yeah, you should, if you are making a bookmark about something that's not gonna affect, it's not gonna be like relevant in 2 days.
Heron on the way to the CL gate.
Damn, I'm not in the system. But yeah, there's
Don't shoot him before I get there, mate.
Expiration date over here. So always use this. And if it's some bookmark that you think is really important, you can press never, and from here you select folder. So you can use my NULLSEC folder, but there's a limitation. You can create 500 bookmarks for one folder. So we all Hastings can use my folder, and I have shared with everyone, but be careful not to overflow it, okay? So you can use my bookmark folder, or you can create your own one and share it with your tunes. That happens going to where is it? The access list. Personal? No. Access list.
You let him get away.
Access list. Here. Create new access list. Penis test. Okay. Test. Create.
Oh, did he get away from you, Hans?
And you can add members here, so you can add your own tunes here. So let's say.
Did he get away?
Did you not have him scrammed?
I thought I did.
So now you and I can use this folder.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you create a bookmark folder that you can use with all your alts. Oh fuck, we have a newt here. And yeah, there's this gray means it's a newt.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you see newts in system, you should avoid flying in space, not paying attention.
I'm going to unanchor the bubble and move it back a little bit further, Hans, because it's too close to the gate.
And it's really important that you see the newts, so from overview settings, appearances, there has no standing toggle blink. Like this, yeah. Hyvä aloittaa lennos. So, where do you find all the fittings that, for example, your alliance is offering you? In this case, we are in Slyce. You open the fitting window, it's Alt and F. And you should see something like this. Beware, there is this button called Inventory. It's not there. Don't use that. Use this browser button over here. And there's hulls and fits and hardware. So let's go for hulls and fits. And watch out that you're in the fitting window, not personalization window. So let's go fitting window, hulls and fits. And there should be community fits. And there's a tab, filter alliance fittings. it says we have 83 feats. And I'm not gonna show them, because I cannot show them. But you can find it here. Okay? And then you can have your corporation filter and your personal filter. I always keep this all on. So here's how you find them. One thing I hear a lot is when people are flying into fleets, they are always asking, where is the fleet? There's a really simple thing to look it up yourself. No need to ask. There's a map, F10, and you go up here and here, personal, and my fleet members. When you press that in the map, you have red dots where your fleet is, and you can mouse over the system, and it says, for example, I'm not in a fleet right now, but it says like 100 fleet members are here. So you're like, okay, they're there. It's a destination.
Mulla on tää mappi auki.
Okay. So how to find a system in space? You know our home station is QPC. Type it in the search from New Eden. Type it there. Press enter. There's structures in QPC. There's Fort Hashmi. Set destination from right click over here. Or you can watch the usually fleet window. There's FC puts up destination in the fleet window. I just use our private window for show. Did you got it? You can right click it and set destination. Okay.
Okay.
And then you have one gate that is yellow on overview. That means that's the route over the destination, shortest route. And actually, before we go, did we go through these that you should prefer shorter, include jump gates in route, right? So 11 jumps turns into 6 jumps. There's this route.
I think I have it done already.
Okay. Do you have 6 jumps? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Jump 0 to gate and never jump through the stargate until the FC says.
Okay.
And if FC says free burn at best speed, it means you can go. But let's go together, okay?
I already. Hyppäsin jo.
Okay. It doesn't matter if you make mistake at your first try. That's why I use these buttons over up here. No, you jump to the. You did correctly. You didn't activate the gate. This means hold the gate, don't jump. And when the FC says jump, then you press here, jump. Jump. And now hold cloak. It means don't move, don't do fucking anything. You just hold the gate cloak. It's 1 minute. And then FC says align wherever it is. I actually make you a broadcast, align this. And you should, in the fleets, have a fleet window open, social fleets. There's this broadcast window over here. So, there you can see my broadcast that align.
Mistä toi käynnistyi? Where did that came
up here, social, fleet. I had it open, so it closed. Fleet, and there's the second tab is broadcasts. Okay. Tell me when you are ready. So you can right click the broadcast and set align. So you don't have to look at the...
Okay.
Yeah. Now when we are all... warp initiates when everyone is, if I remember correctly, 90% of speed. So usually FC waits that everyone in the fleet are on the same speed level, then they hit fleet warp. And he usually says take fleet warp, and if you're lagging behind you should warp yourself to the gate. And activate the gate always on order. Jump.
Okay, disconnect.
Okay.